Today on the Adrenaline Barbecue Company, I'm going to show you how to get the best smoke possible and how to identify it when you have it. One of the common mistakes that people make when they first start smoking is either using too much smoke or not the right kind. In fact, when I was first learning how to smoke, a kid came over and told me that my brisket smelled disgusting, and it took me a couple of years to admit that he was right. The purpose of this video is to avoid the common mistakes, and we leverage a lot of research from AmazingRibs.com, and we've linked to their article down in the description below. You can check them out at the end of this video if you want to learn more, and it'll help you to avoid being this guy on social media. We're smoking now, boys! But before we go there, let's talk about the science behind good smoke.
There are three main stages you're going to see on your grill, and the first happens below 500 degrees Fahrenheit and it's called dehydration. In this stage, the water in the fuel evaporates, but the fuel hasn't started burning yet. In the second stage, things start burning, but the combustion is incomplete and it produces some dark smoke and some compounds you don't want on your food. You're going to know you're in this stage by both the color and the bitter smell of the smoke. In the third stage, the smoke is light blue or clear and things are burning well. This happens between 650 and 750 degrees Fahrenheit, and I call it the sweet spot for good reason. Hundreds of good flavor compounds are being produced by the fire, and the bitter smoke is long gone, and you're left with that sweet smelling smoke. This is truly barbecue nirvana, and the place you want to stay throughout your cook, but if you reduce the air to your fire, you'll end up with dark smoke until you can get the fire burning right. In the Slow N Sear lighting video, we told you to wait to add charcoal to the grill until the white smoke dies down. And the same thing happens when you add charcoal to the grill as well. As the white smoke dies down, you can give it the whiff test. And once you have light blue or nearly clear smoke, you'll notice that the bitter smoke is gone and you're ready to add the meat. I like to add my meat when the smoke is still blue on short cooks like chicken to get a little bit more smoky flavor.
One of the common mistakes that people make when they first switch over from a gas to a charcoal grill is adjusting the vents too much. They try to dial in the perfect temperature, and as a result, they end up choking off the fire, which reduces the oxygen and gives you smoldering, acrid smoke. It takes a little while for the fire to react before those temperatures change, and if you don't give it 10 or 15 minutes in between changes, then you may end up changing it far too often and you're chasing it all day long. So a good rule of thumb, if it's within 25 degrees, just go ahead and let it run.
With all that extra time, I like to check out more videos to perfect my Slow N Sear technique and dream of what I'm going to cook next.
And another common mistake is lifting this lid way too often. Now this has nothing to do with if you're looking, you're not cooking. Instead, what'll happen is if you open up the lid, you let all the heat out, but you also let oxygen into the fire, which gets it burning a lot hotter. And then when you put that lid back on, it chokes the fire back off again and you get bad smoke. So lift the lid less often and leave it open less time.
One benefit of the Slow N Sear is it cooks even enough that you don't need to rotate your meat. Clean your grill grates, because nothing ruins the flavor quite like burning last week's rancid grease.
Now that we've shown you how to get good smoke, we want to show you how to get the right amount of smoke on your meat, because a little bit can go a long way and it's easy to overdo it. So here's some more tips.
Use a barbecue journal. Keep track of how you cook the meat and how much wood you use, so if it turns out well, you can always refer back to it later and hone in on your technique. I like to use 2 or 3 small chunks of wood, and that works well in the Slow N Sear if I'm cooking low and slow, or cooking a little hotter and roasting like this. Now, another debate is if you should soak your wood or not, and I say no, because the water takes energy to evaporate and may take longer to get to the sweet spot. Dry wood burns best. The type of wood you use will also have a big impact on the flavor. Fruit woods, like apple and cherry, produce a lighter smoke and are good starter woods. Hickory and mesquite have strong flavors and require less wood and can easily be overpowering if you use too much.
Where you get your wood can also have a pretty big impact on the flavor and the smoke that comes off of it. I got this cherry from a cabinet maker, and this cherry came from my neighbor's yard, and both of them are going to react differently, provide different smoke when I cook with them. If you want consistent results in your barbecue, make sure you get your wood from a place that has a consistent source and prepares it the same way each time. Of course, it's fun to experiment, but sometimes it's nice to know that it's gonna work.
For the best smoke adhesion and smoke ring, take your meat out of the refrigerator and go directly to the grill. Cold meat absorbs smoke better and will develop a deeper ring before the meat warms up and the reaction stops. I took this brisket and put it on cold with the right kind of smoke and got an amazing smoke ring with just the right amount of smokiness. Rubs also help attract more smoke to land on the meat, and natural sources of nitrates like celery seed can help you get a better smoke ring. The Adrenaline Barbecue Company's premium salt-free rubs are good examples, and both contain celery seed powder to enhance that ring.
If you follow these tips, you'll be well on your way to getting good smoke, and that's one of the most important ingredients in any barbecue recipe. I'm Ryan with Adrenaline Barbecue Company, reminding you that 2 zones are better than 1.